Hello, you beautiful people. My name is Casey Sports, and welcome back to the third episode of the Everton FM26 beta. There have been a couple updates since I last recorded, and that's why it's taken a little second for me to upload this, as well as some good news. I finally got a brand new dog. It's been a couple of years, and I've got a new dog, so I hope you're having a great day, because I sure am with my brand new little puppy. But today, we're going to be playing two games that are actually quite far apart. We're going to be playing in the first cup game of the season as we face Stoke away from home in the Carabao Cup, and we will be skipping through the next two games against Wolves and Villa as we head into our first derby at Anfield against Liverpool. In that time, we'll also see the transfer deadline day, where don't expect all too much to happen, but there may well be one more new signing. If we are to scroll down, maybe we can find it, as I've kind of forgotten his name a little bit. It's been a minute, but let's go to recruitment and transfer activity, and you'll see new signing Pathé Cisse should be joining the club soon. We have accepted a contract deal with Pathé, and Vallecano have agreed to a little under £9 million, around about €10 million to bring Pathé Cisse into the squad. A veteran 31-year-old holding midfielder who's spent the better part of half a decade here at Vallecano, playing consistently very decent and strong football in the Spanish First Division La Liga. And I think he offers everything that we need from a backup holding midfielder. Great natural fitness, strength, his pace isn't bad, he's got a decent height, good tackling, good leadership. He's an all-around type of player, and our scouts are huge on him, and that was why we went in for him. Of course, you saw our other options, players like Castaneda, Hayden Hackney, Rafael Koffler, Lamare Bogard, Charlotte Bauder, Eric Martel. These are all great players, and they're all younger. But in terms of actual price tag, I didn't think we could find anyone better. And the scouts kind of agree with us. Castaneda is the only player who they thought was a better option, and he is slightly cheaper. I don't deny bringing him in would be good, but he hasn't, at least in my opinion, he's not quite proven that he can step into a Premier League squad, and we really need someone proven like that. As right now, we have no options if Idrissa Gana Gueye gets injured. But let's step into this first game and let's look at the team. So we are most certainly going to be starting Tierno Barry, thanks to his fitness issues. At right back, we are going to stick with the team, but we are going to drop James Tarkowski for Jake O'Brien. Adam Asnu is going to come into this left-hand side as a little bit more of an attacking winger. Attacking wing back. Marlon will continue. Grealish has had to move into the midfield positions as James Garner has picked up a second injury, and this one will keep him out for quite a while. But Keenan Dewsbury Hall will be replaced by Tim Burnham, and I think I'm going to keep it at that team. We could technically drop Marlon or Intai, but we won't. For those wondering, with the James Garner injury, as you can see here, we lost 1-0 in the game in between last episode and this one to Brighton. Yankube Minte with the goal. It was a pretty decent game. There were chances for either side, but similar to the game against Leeds, we haven't been able to quite get that goal scored and to connect. We aren't testing the goalkeeper as much as we should be, and it's showing in these goals. So I'm hoping Grealish playing a little bit more in that midfield role might just help out. Daniel Mann and Iliman Ndiaye need to link up, and let's see if we can get our first goal of the season and our first win. So we've had 0-0, 1-0. Ooh, a little bit of Aaron Cresswell as we play a scout, well, kind of a scouser. One of my favourite teams, Stoke, a team who I always think about doing a save with ever since 2015, when they had the greatest team ever assembled with Afellay, Ireland, Bojan, Nzonzi, who's back at the club. There was a few others, some amazing players in that squad. Let's not forget the likes of Peter Crouch and Shay Given. Who are some others? Some unbelievably amazing players. But Daniel Marlin drives forward. Tierno Barry forces a save here. Asnu looking to get a starting spot. Couldn't quite do enough with there. But for Asnu, Barry and Jacob Bryan, these are all chances here to say, yes, I am a starting calibre footballer. As, well, there's been nothing to say that our current starting 11 should stay as it is. There's Ben Pearson. Looks for goal from a wide angle there. It's off the post. Jordan Pickford maybe should have done a little bit better. Not quite the case yet, but Milican Manhoef, well, he put a cross in and immediately the highlight ended. So in my head, that bounced off the crossbar. There was an 8-man scramble on the goal line and Pickford picked it up really good, and he screamed at other players that they aren't as tall as him. That's always his issue. Iliman Ndiaye. Oh, some lovely footwork from Ndiaye and forces a good save out of Victor Johansson. 11 minutes in and we are looking better than we ever have, even in pre-season. We head towards the 15-minute mark and dead on, another highlight will begin with Stoke on the ball. Already we're looking a lot better. Of course, this is a championship team and not an amazing championship team at that. But this could be what we need for some confidence heading into a tough couple games as, Pickford forced to make a save. Stoke still definitely knocking on the door. We don't want too much to come from this, but Tierno Barry brings it forth. I can see the XG and possession all in Stoke's favour. Sorry, XG isn't, I misread that. But possession heavily in Stoke's favour. We didn't expect that. We thought we would play quite a good possession game here today. Jordan Pickford, Daniel Marlin and Tim Oregbunam looking good. The rest of the team not quite to that level. I wouldn't be surprised if Tierno Barry has to be replaced on the 45th minute mark. So far, not much has happened in the last 20 or so minutes. I'm hoping, as possession started to swing back in our favour, that's why, is we've kind of settled down from a mad 15. And let's see if we can get one more highlight before the end of this first half. Hopefully with a goal. Corner kick comes to nothing, I can see from the bottom. And Daniel Marlin is struggling with a little bit of an injury and will be coming off at the break. Not at all happy with the first half. We're save for one chance from Iliman Ndiaye. We haven't done too much. But Dwight McNeil will come on. He's going to operate over on this right hand side as still the inside forward. We could technically play Tierno Barry there. And that's what we're going to do actually. We're going to play Tierno Barry over on that right hand side. Jonas Vind back into the starting striker position. And we're going to stick with that. So we bring off Marlon, who had a slight knock. We now have two top strikers on together. Will that be enough for us to start to make something of this game? We need to score our first goal of the season. But it looks like it may well be Stoke with the first chance of the half. Mattia De Shiglo takes the throw in, and it's Steven Zonzi. And Sorba Thomas will make it 1-0. And that's not good enough at all to concede to Stoke in the way we are. We should be by far the better team. And a rotationary winger has scored for Stoke. Jacob Bryan into Adam Asnu. Iliman Ndiaye. We need to sort of turn up the heat here. We're going to go attacking as Ndiaye cuts inside. Good crossfield ball to Tierno Barry. He breaks inside, goes for goal, and Tierno Barry is the first goal scorer for Everton as he makes it 1-1. Coming off that right hand side, it's a lovely crossfield ball by Ndiaye. Good touch, and there's the pace and drive that we want to see out of our young striker. 1-1. We've now gone more attacking. From nothing happening, 2 goals in succession. But can we take the lead as Lowell into Nzonzi? He finds Aaron Crespo once more. Milton Manhoff. Nzonzi. Manhoff. Good tackle by Barry. Tieno Barry's looking very good on this right hand side. Have we found his new position? Tim Burnham finds Jonas Vind, and Jonas can't quite score. That would have been such a great goal for his confidence. Grealish and Jai, Eric Burnham, all three looking a little tired. Garner Gay, Jake O'Brien. Let's see. Something here. With half an hour left to go. I was hoping to be 2-3 goals in the lead. Instead, we're pushing forward to take the lead as Eric Burnham forces a save out of Johansson. We're still getting chances. We're peppering the goalkeeper. We just need better chances. Njai soon to be coming off alongside Jack Grealish, and let's start making those changes. Dwight McNeil on, and Keenan Dewsbury Hall on for Grealish. 20 minutes left in this game. We're starting to run away with it a little bit in the offensive numbers, but still not very much happening. We can make 2 more changes. Could be Jake O'Brien onto this right hand side just to be a little bit more defensive. Patterson will come off for Michael Keane. I understand we need a goal, but we can't go gung-ho. Jake O'Brien, Keenan Dewsbury Hall loses that ball. He should be doing better. One of our star players should not be losing the ball that easily to Stoke, as Manhoff, really good wing back play here, drives in, and it's a block on the shot, and that could easily have been 2-1 to Stoke. You can see now why we have to improve a little bit defensively. And we don't have many changes left to be made. We could bring on Tyler Dibbling for these last 5 minutes. He isn't fully fit, but the only way to get fully fit is playing a couple minutes here and there, so he's on for the last 5. Will he be able to be the change for this team? Dwight McNeil back to Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall forces an own goal from Ben Gibson. It looked an impossible angle to score from, but somehow we have done it. The substitute linking up with the other one, Dwight McNeil to Dewsbury Hall. It's seemingly an impossible angle, but he pulls it back and it bounces off of the foot of Ben Gibson. That is good drive. Great thinking there from Dewsbury Hall. He's unlucky not to be attributed with anything for that goal, but we all know him and McNeil were the key components. Anybody could have been there, just so happened to be Ben Gibson. Garner Gay wins that ball, dribbling forward to McNeil. McNeil with a lovely bit of skill, drives forward, forces a shot, and it's over the bar, but it had Johansson jumping, and it was actually a corner kick in the end. Dwight McNeil looking very good in that left hand side. He's trying to force his way back into the starting 11 with the new sign of Daniel Marlin. But we will get our first win of the season. No clean sheet, but 2 goals to kick off this episode. Let's see if that can improve the confidence just that little bit more. And I have to say, I'm a big fan of what I saw out of Tieno Barry on that right hand side. Does that mean the right wing's going to be a starting position, or is it a push to say, no, I need to continue to start? Jonas Vind, save for 1 shot, did not do all too much. Daniel Marlin's out for 4 to 8 days, so about a week. Our next game is in 4 days, so we will most likely be seeing Tieno Barry continue at that right hand side, but you won't see that, as I'm sure you're much more interested in watching the Merseyside derby than you are an away match at Molyneux Road. So I'll see you all there. Hopefully I have some more green to tell you about. And we are back. We've played 2 games, and as you can see here in our next match preview, It ain't looking good, son. It ain't looking good. We're in 18th place. 24% chance of winning, 26% chance of drawing, and a 50% chance Liverpool will win. They sit in 4th, we sit in 18th. But let's first talk about our new signings, because we have made 2. Number 1 is our new holding midfielder. And it isn't who you'd think. It's actually Yves Bissouma. Turns out we didn't have the money for Cisse. So we've had to, ever so slightly, make some changes. And Yves Bissouma was available. We've brought him in for £15 million. 5 million up front, 10 million over the year. It is a £10 million loss for Tottenham. But Thomas Frank didn't want him at the club anymore. And we had space. And so hopefully him and Kieran Dewsbury Hall can, alongside James Garner once he's back fully fit. You've got to think that's a pretty strong lineup. And Garner will be back in a couple of weeks. And we'll have a true midfield trio. We also decided to bring in one more new striker. And that man is Patrick Bamford. Now, Paddy Bamford is most certainly not the level we need anymore. But I wanted a very tertiary striker, someone who might be able to do something here and there. And obviously, there was a point a long time ago where Paddy Bamford was quite good at football. We don't expect him to be back there anytime soon. And obviously, he has injury problems, but a capped England player, an all-round decent, solid addition who I think, if and when he may be forced to play, I'd rather him than some of, if you look at our under-21s options at striker, I'd rather him than young George Morgan, for example, or the other strikers we have, like Braden Graham. Definitely would rather to utilise Patrick Bamford in games where we actually do need to win. So the lineup looks a little something like this. Jordan Pickford, Adam Asnu, Michael Keane, Jared Branthwaite and Nathan Patterson's our back 4. In the midfield duo is Idrissa Gana Gueye and Yves Bissouma. The front line is essentially a front 4 with Grealish, Njai, Dewsbury Hall and Tieno Barry. So it's became a front 4. And I'm happy with that. I think that is not a bad lineup. Now, what I am looking at, to be fair, is putting Njai out as a winger and Jake O'Brien to come back in as the inside fullback. A little bit better defensively, maybe. Allows Njai to be a bit more developed out on the wing. So this is our team. Let's see, can we get a win? And we haven't won yet. I forgot to show you, but the results are a 0-0 draw against Wolves, where, in my opinion, we should have won, but we didn't, and then a 1-0 loss to Aston Villa. So we aren't being dragged around. We're not losing comfortably, but we are struggling to get goals, and that's where the hope of Dewsbury Hall moving a little bit further forward may help us. You can never know for sure, but you've got to just try something. Let's enjoy the full range of animations here for this game. It's a big one as we face 4th in the table and the red side of Merseyside. This is a big game, it has to be said. A little swoop around there is us. There's Arne Slot looking certainly like Arne Slot, I'm sure, if you don't quite have eyeballs. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was one of the referees. Look, there's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Actually, there's 2 Oxlade-Chamberlains. Oh my goodness. Why do the referees look like that? No referees ever look like that. But the game kicks off. I was very distracted. I'll be honest, I didn't watch anything else other than just stare at the referees. Federico Chiesa starts today on that left-hand side for Liverpool. Joe Gomez at right back and Robertson at left back. So it's a slightly different team to what I expected. But Jack Grealish here driving forward. Lays it back to Adam Asnu. And he's not fouled. It's cleared out for a throw-in. Oh, it looks like Tieno Barry has an issue. That is not a good sign. Will he have to come off? Well, for now, he's actively off the pitch. We're only 8 minutes in. I'd rather not have to bring Tino Barry off, as Jonas Wind has not done much at all for us. Federico Chiesa driving forward against a 10-man Liverpool, against a 10-man Everton, sorry. And Liverpool just playing. Isak fires that over the top. He was offside anyway. Can Tino Barry come back into the lineup? Or is it Jonas Wind's time to shine and look for his first goal of the season? For now, we're playing some nice slow football. This is what we've asked of Everton, for that defensive line to be smart. Salah wins the ball back, no foul given. Isak driving forward. Alexander Isak, and it's a big save by Jordan Pickford. And Tino Barry is going to have to come off for Jonas Wind. He isn't fit. Pickford collects the corner kick. We will kill out this game time a little bit. Pickford famously good at holding up play at Anfield. Joe Gomez, Ibrahim Konate. Tino Barry's back on the pitch, but he is looking a little sluggish. Robertson to Gravenberch. Van Dijk. Chiesa. Gravenberch once more. This is great football from Liverpool. McAllister's shot certainly put a few hearts in mouths, just wide. Jonas Wind wins that header onto nobody though. Konate, Gomez, Salah. We need to be offering more than we are right now. As Alexi to Gravenberch, their midfield just running us ragged. Salah inside to Gravenberch one more. Robertson, good clearance, falls to Konate, and Salah's through. Salah scores, but he is offside, and he did look offside, to be fair. Pickford out of his box complaining, chased the referee down. The goal is disallowed, but less than 15 minutes in, there's been a good 2 to 3 chances for Liverpool. We're going to go defensive here. We can't allow the game state to continue as it is. Adam Asnu brings this forward here from the resulting free kick. And Michael Keane fouls Florian Wirtz. Keane getting a rear start, but James Tarkowski is not impressed. So I'm hoping a bit of experience. An ex-Manchester United man, now an Everton man. There's no one who should know Liverpool better in this squad. And, well, we've gone 10 minutes without a highlight, but right as I say that, Chiesa, dispossessed by Ndiaye, Basuma loans it forward, Wind wins the header, but onto nobody. Van Dijk over the top, finds Chiesa once more. Gravenberch, McAllister, shot, well saved by Pickford. I think I see where it needs to change. Vin's winning headers and flicking them onto nobody. So perhaps the idea is to have a second striker to partner Vinder's. That's head away. Basuma does win it back, but Gay loses the ball. Wirtz, Isak, McAllister, Robertson, Gravenberch. Come on, we need to do something. Instead, Chiesa through just wide. We're going to make a tactical change already. In possession. Well, actually, combined, we're going to swap Dewsbury and Ndiaye. But in possession, Ndiaye is going to step up as the channel forward. Jonas Wind will continue there. Dewsbury Hall will continue, but now as a right winger. So out of possession and in possession. He's actually going to be our starting right winger with Ndiaye further ahead. And from that tactical change, a highlight does exist. Pickford launches it forward. Wind to Gay. Looks for Ndiaye, but Gomez is there. So we're hoping that this actually gives something for Vin to aim for when he's winning those high headers. Isak shot from far out forces another save. Liverpool dominating this game here. All eyes on Pickford as Brantway heads away. McAllister's shot goes into the huddle of players. Gravenberch to Joe Gomez. Wirtz with the Travella shot just wide. 8 shots, 3 on target for Liverpool. We're yet to have a singular shot. Pickford to Branthwaite. Jake O'Brien launches that forward. Canate wins it. Njai wins the second header, but it's right back to Van Dijk. You can see where we need a man like Tieno Barry just to run a bit more than Vind. Robertson's shot saved by Pickford. Liverpool are forced to shoot from out wide, but they're still shooting, and eventually one of them may go in. And that's where the issues are, is we can't allow Liverpool to just keep shooting. But Basuma, with a free kick from a good angle to the back post, Michael Keane wins the header. First save required for Alisson, and the shout for a handball. Michael Oliver has blown for a penalty. Everton have been completely on the back foot for quite a while. But Joe Gomez gives away the penalty. A handball from the free kick, and Jack Grealish, to step up on loan from Man City, scores our first goal in the Premier League from the spot. And Jackie Grealish puts us in the lead 35 minutes in. That's a big moment there. Great set piece from Basuma. Michael Keane winning the initial header. And there's a big reason to bring Keane into the lineup. Liverpool looks to respond with their own set-piece routine. Florian Wirtz steps over this one. Plays it short of Van Dijk. Returns it to Wirtz, who drives. 1-2 with Van Dijk, and it's over the bar. That was really good football there from two of the star men of the Liverpool squad. But it's another shot from afar. Ball launch forward looking for Vind, who doesn't win that ball this time. Salah to McAllister. Wirtz's shot deflects, and it seems to have deflected off the path of Salah, and it's 1-1. We take the lead for only 7 minutes. Let's see this again. The goal attributed to Mohamed Salah, as Wirtz fires it in. It deflects off of Jared Branthwaite, and Salah actually gets the head onto it. It was planned out by the Egyptian king. I'll still be happy though if we go into the half at 1-1. It's not a bad result. Branthwaite clears. Dewsbury Hall couldn't quite get there. Robertson to Wirtz. Chiesa. Isak wins a corner kick for Liverpool, and we won't see it. But the half ends 1-1. The goal from Jack Grealish keeps us alive here. But Mohamed Salah, the two star wingers for the sides on the score sheet. Well, I'm happy here if we just keep getting fouls, get set pieces to bring that ball forward. I don't know why this isn't great. We can go at the bottom here. It looks like there are passes. See if maybe a substitution will change this, because we do need to make one. Iliman Ndiaye having a poor game. The issue is we don't have somebody who I'd necessarily want to lead the line, but it will have to be Dwight McNeil. Well, no, let's keep it as it is for now. We're only 47 minutes in as Adam Asnu to Michael Keane. Back to Asnu. That's good football there from the young left back. Grealish. Njai fouled by Gravenberch. No. Nothing's given. The counter-attack now for Liverpool. Salah. Good tackle by Gay. Forced McAllister, and Jordan Pickford with another save. I'm not liking how much Liverpool are getting, but I am liking the score sheet as Gomez hits the post there from the resulting corner kick. Pickford, his goal kick high to Vind, who just isn't doing enough here. Florian Wirtz through, just wide. Something needs to change here with Jonas Vind. We're going to change this passing strategy, just be standard. Have him roam from position a little bit more. And take more risks maybe. See if that can do something, as right now Jonas Vind having such a poor game. Well, there will be a highlight after that, but it looks set to be a Liverpool highlight. So they have a throw in here with Andy Robertson. Inside to Wirtz, spins away. Inside to Isak. Jordan Pickford with another save. Dewsbury Hall and Njai on their last legs here. I doubt they can continue to play. Chiesa, good tackle from Jake O'Brien, but it's out for a corner kick. And Andy Robertson with this outswinger. And Ibrahim Konate gets there. It's 2-1. It's been coming pretty much from the second this game started. Dibbling and McNeil both come on as we look for a goal. But when you have 10 shots on target, it's kind of expected you're eventually going to get another goal. Liverpool lead. And it's another corner kick. Florian Wirtz. Isak headed away by Brandwaite. Forced to McAllister. Back to Van Dijk. Gravenberch. Konate. The defender's working well, but now it's Salah. Gravenberch, Salah. McAllister, Chiesa. Shot wide. I feel like there's nothing we can do here. We're stopping Liverpool from getting good chances, but how are we meant to get our own is kind of the issue. There feels no way to progress the ball. No way to hold on to it. Chiesa. Verge. Finds Chiesa once more. Pickford, that was easy. This match has taken its time, it must be said. These highlights I feel like are just too many. I don't think the concept of dynamic mode is good. I might have to change it to just key again because these highlights, there's so many. And I don't feel like we actually see all too much happening. Wirtz, Gravenberch, McAllister, Blot. I'm going to take dynamic mode off. I haven't played it for quite a while. It does just feel like there's so many highlights. I appreciate there's 11 shots on target, but even in other games, it's not been that case. Feels like matently the issue is that because of the fact that the game's within 1 to 2 goals, they see this as a close game, one you want to watch every moment of. And I would agree with them if it weren't the case for pretty much every game. So we're 5-6 games into the season now. I wouldn't say there's been a game that's taken less than 10 minutes because of how we play. Every game's been within a singular goal margin. Isak driving forward, tackled by Grealish. This is a highlight, and it is Salah scoring, but he is disallowed. For the second time today, Mohamed Salah scores, but for the second time today, a goal has been disallowed. 17 minutes to go. We don't really have any offensive changes that could be made. Truth is, the whole team is just kind of struggling. But with 15 minutes, we may as well make those final changes. Jack Grealish has to come off because of his fitness issues. Carlos Alcaraz will operate on that left-hand side. And Jake O'Brien will be replaced by Nathan Patterson. O'Brien just not offering much at all today. Well, why have we gone back to this? No idea. 10 minutes to go. And the game's starting to just tick away. The penalty from Jack Grealish gave us a lot of hope, but it has completely evaporated in this second half. We haven't gotten out of our own half. As new forward, Vind again just can't win a header to save his life. And dribbling with the tackle, Cody Gakpo. Can you please let me know in the comments if you would rather see key highlights or dynamic? I'll ask again in the next episode, just a little earlier on. But I'm sure you guys watch more content than I do. I don't watch any Football Manager content really. But for me, the feeling has been that the dynamic mode is so long. It does feel like there is 150 highlights every game, and a lot of them are shots from afar or a couple good tackles. But that is the end of the game, 2-1. The reason we had that little pop-up. It looks like is Idrissa Gana Gay. No, sorry, Yves Bissouma, I think, got injured. Let us find out. Yes, Bissouma out for about 1 to 2 weeks. Barry's only out for 2 days. But that is 5 league games in a row without a win. And admittedly, the actual fixtures have not been all too tough. Leeds and Wolves, 2 teams we 100% should have beaten. And we should have offered more competition against Brighton and Aston Villa. And whilst we aren't being defeated comfortably, we are being defeated. For the next episode, it will be right back where we left off with the Chelsea game. And from there, we may be looking towards either Man City, Spurs, or who I think is going to be is Sunderland. So I think that will be a Chelsea and Sunderland for the next episode. Reason being is we want to continue pushing through, and it's always fun to face a team we haven't faced in a while. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye.